My name is Angela. I'm 32 years old and I've been a Christian my entire life. I'm currently going through a divorce, which as a Christian woman is a very tough experience even when you belong in a church, because you're raised as a Christian female that to know that divorce is not an option. To know that my marriage failed is tough to deal with. To say that I didn't listen to God before I got married would be a huge understatement. I think every possible sign that he could have given me to tell me not to get married was there, and I just ignored it. I was 25 and I thought I knew best. I never talked to him about my decision. I just didn't want to be alone, so I decided that I was going to go ahead with it. And because of my decision, I ended up with a husband who cheated on me and couldn't tell me the truth. No matter how much I asked him for it, he couldn't look me in the face and tell me the truth on anything. And the last 8 months of our marriage, he, I guess you could say, abandoned me, because he lived in the basement of our house and I lived upstairs. To deal with that was tough. I ended up turning my back on the church, even though I've been an active member of it since I was in high school. I stopped going to church. I teach 4- and 5-year-olds every Sunday, so I asked my senior pastor's wife if I could have a break, because for me, I need to give those kids my all, and we both knew that I wasn't, and I couldn't at that point. Walking away and turning my back wasn't what I was supposed to do. I kept asking God, why would you let this happen to me? Why am I going through this? Why do I feel so alone all the time? Why isn't my husband there for me? And I came to the conclusion that it wasn't God that did it to me, it was me that did it to me, because I was disobedient. I didn't ask him if I should get married. I didn't listen to him when he was telling me I shouldn't. One of my favorite verses that actually got me through most of this hard time was Philippians 4:6. Don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything, tell God what you need, and thank him for all he has done. Anytime that I was feeling low, I would repeat that verse over and over in my head. It gave me comfort, and it let me know that I wasn't alone. I'm a firm believer that God, he gives you what you need when you need it, and I needed people in my life that I could trust and that I knew cared about me, and he brought some old friends from high school back into my life. He brought me a guy I used to go to high school with, a personal trainer, and I started going back to the gym and getting healthy again and becoming strong and gaining my confidence back, all the confidence that I had lost. Started going out for girls' night once a month, and so between the gym and girls' night I was getting a few hours like every month that I didn't have to think about my life or my problems or what was going on, and he gave me the much needed break. It happened to be my personal trainer that told me I needed to go back to church. I finally did start going back to church, and I decided I was going to go on a mission trip, and I just decided I was going to be me. Whether or not he was there to support me, if he wasn't, it didn't matter. I just knew that it's what I needed, and I needed to be with other Christians who were going to love me and support me. I was able to talk to our youth pastor. The last thing I wanted to do was tell him that my marriage was falling apart, considering he was the pastor that actually married me. When I went to him, there was no judgment and no criticism. He just gave me support. Asked him if I walked away, if I'd be square with God. He told me I would, and I think that's what I needed to hear. It made it easier, and I tried counseling, and I tried working on my marriage, but the one thing I hadn't been doing was praying. So I started to pray again. And like I said, I didn't ask God if I should have got married, and I didn't listen when he was telling me I shouldn't. So I was asking him if I was supposed to walk away. I thought that I had failed and that I had, I just failed. That's what I felt like then. And it's taking 1.5 to 2 years for me to learn that, you know, I wasn't a failure, and what I failed at was turning my back on God walking away from the church was the wrong choice. I have just learned to trust in Him and take steps of faith and to know that He's going to be there. I've just grown so much as a person and as a Christian, and I just feel different. I feel better. And it's amazing to me to see the difference that He has made in me over the last year and a half. And if I can help one person, then everything I went through was worth it. If I can keep somebody from making the same mistake I did. When I left, I didn't think that anything good could come out of it. That I didn't think my life would be okay. I didn't think I'd be happy. I didn't believe that He would help me. When I started taking my steps of faith, when I started talking to Him more, ended up with a job, I didn't think I could love again or that anybody could love me. I was such a mess and my confidence was shot. He gave me somebody who loves me for who I am, scars, flaws, and all. And that's, I think, probably the one thing that I've learned, is that He loves me. And I think that is something I've learned this year, that I just need to believe in Him, and that no matter what, He's going to be there for me. I'm Angela Sweet, and this is my story.